Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no.
This man has more names than chart-topping hits. Talking about P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Diddy, Sean Combs. A man not many people will say they don't know at least by one of those names as a hip-hop artist or for the lots of dirty screaming vials around his being. Things like the secret party with A-listers, rumors about his sexuality, and exploiting young stars. He's just never out of controversies. But is he involved in Tupac's death? Well, we found out, and a lot too. So stick around as we expose the man behind the myth. Pause now and subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the Fact Team. On the 4th day of November 1969, a black family, Melvin Earl Combs and Janice Combs, had their first son in Harlem, a gentrified ghetto neighborhood in New York City. He was named Sean Combs. Together, they raised Sean Combs till he was 3 years old, then his father, Melvin, was brutally shot to death while sitting in his car in a park in the neighborhood, leaving his raising to now heavily rest on the mother and the neighborhood. His mother loved him dearly, gave him huge attention, and always took pride in him no matter the situation. She was particularly a strong woman, so much so that she played both the motherly and fatherly roles in raising Sean. Although the story behind Sean's father's murder was of a drug dealership fracas and mistaken identity with his fellow hustlers, as drug dealers in the neighborhood called themselves, the story Sean's mother told him was different. She went, his father was in the army and owned a limousine service. Then he died in a car accident. She was very selective of what truth to tell Sean. With every good intention, perhaps Sean was too young to know when he asked, or she feared Sean could follow his daddy's path and was never going to let that happen, at least not without a fight. But Sean was a smart kid. He was able to put two and two together while he grew and arrived close to the truth, especially as they still lived in the neighborhood and tongues were wagging. It was when he turned 12 that his mother decided Harlem was not good for him anymore, since it housed the memory of his father's heart-wrenching killing, and some porous mouth that won't stop telling Sean to his face they ran with his father during the days the police came searching, letting him in on the hustle game, as they generally believed that was a choice every black American had to make. So they moved to Mount Vernon in the same New York City. There, a new life began for him in prep school, where he also earned his first name Puff, given because of his reflex action of puffing out his chest whenever he played football and for having a temper. The two neighborhoods Sean grew up in had a culture of nicknames. Everyone had one, so he easily embraced his new nickname Puff. What remains is how Diddy came about and got attached to it. He went by nicknames until he graduated from the prep school in 1988 and proceeded to Howard University to get a degree in business administration, but he abandoned it after 2 years of studies. He preferred music and decided he had to start early, although he was already well known for hosting parties and promoting concerts while in high school and college. Luckily, Sean had made a friend in the new neighborhood before going to college. His name was Dwight Myers, and he was already making headway in the music industry and went by the stage name Heavy D. So Sean had an edge getting into music, and this friend recommended him to Andre Harrell, Uptown's founder and president, who readily offered him an unpaid internship at the company in 1990. For Sean, it was fine. So long as he was in the music industry, he juggled many side hustles while sustaining his internship, commuting via Amtrak from Washington to New York each weekend to work at Uptown. At times, his hustles didn't cover up for the fares, so he would sneak out of the train and not pay. He was so determined that Andre Harrell confirmed he had never seen an intern ever work as hard as Sean Combs did. It was here that he was also given another name, Diddy, though the reason is not known. The moniker stuck through his rise to becoming a vice president in Uptown, till his service was no longer needed at Uptown in 1993. After leaving, he turned his energy to establishing his label, Bad Boy Entertainment, and with no new nickname in sight for a stage name, he decided to use Puff Diddy, but shortened it to P. Diddy. The order in which the rest of his name change took even confuses Sean. He said, "My first nickname was Puffy, and then when I was in the music industry, it went to Diddy, and then P. Diddy. Or was it P. Diddy first, then Diddy?" But his first music album, No Way Out, was released under the name Puff Daddy. How much more confusing can Sean get? Speculations followed the change. People opined he switched to Puff Daddy as a signal that he has disintegrated himself from his past, more like jumping out of your skin. Why the need to disintegrate from his past? Was it messy? Well, let's see. While he worked at Uptown in 1991 and as a party promoter, he promoted a rap party under the guise of a basketball event. The turn-up was so high that a demand-pull inflation occurred instantly. The ticket prices flew up to $20, yet there was just one entrance to the event. No one would buy the ticket for that amount and not want to get in. Even the sales process became sluggish, and the frenzy of getting into the party sparked. The impatient crowd tried to push their way into a city college gym that hosted the event. In the process, 9 people were crushed to death under the soles of the feet of thousands of people. 29 got heavily injured, and everyone who saw or was in what happened that day had one traumatic story to tell. One of the problems was the gym was only a 2,500 capacity space, but about 5,000 people were present and fighting to get a slot and a view, resulting in an agonizing 15 minutes of fatal stampede. Charges were pressed against Sean, pointing out that the party organization was poorly done, and that made him culpable for the havoc. Sean admitted to feeling guilty, saying that the incident had continued to haunt him for a very long time. Again, Christopher Wallace, another rapper popularly known as Notorious B.I.G., who he had made an acquaintance with, signed into the Bad Boy label, and struck up a big friendship with, was shot to death by a gang. His death hit Sean so deep that it was almost the end of rap for him. These two incidents, we can agree, would make him want to deep himself in the blue sea. It was exactly what Sean did. Maybe, just maybe, if he wore off the first nickname, he would have worn off this ugly incident. Forging a new path with a new name sounds incredible. Do you agree? That is not to say Sean now is a saint. Far from it. James Fox revealed a shocker. Sean hosts an all-men secret party, which is also considered inappropriate, as pictures of men hugging each other from the front and behind at the party surfaced online. Other celebrity rappers who once attended disclosed their displeasure at what takes place there, hinting on allegations of gay rituals involving underage boys circulating in footage from the party, which led to the question of if Sean is gay. He is yet to respond to this. Alongside so many accusations, one of which is Tupac's death in 1996, killed during a rap rivalry. The murder case remained unsolved until on Thursday, September 17, 2014, when Sean was arrested in Nevada on the backdrop of Tupac's death. 50 Cent was sure Sean ordered the killing of Tupac, and he was very vocal about it, resulting in the arrest. But Tupac's younger brother said Sean confirmed to him that he did not. However, Sean may not have called the assailants, but the New York Times said that he knew about the attack in advance. But Sean blurted the story as a lie, saying it was in fact beyond ridiculous. While the end is yet to be heard of Tupac's shooting, we will leave it where it has been left. Sean's life, a life filled with triumphs and tragedies, controversies and comebacks. There's no denying Diddy's journey has been eventful, to say the least. But the question remains, is there truth to all the rumors? The truth, like Diddy himself, is multifaceted. We may never have all the answers, but one thing's for sure, P. Diddy's story is far from over. Only time will tell. But hey, that's what makes him so intriguing, right? Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more Celebrity Expose.